I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Like I said before, there's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself. You're gonna have to take. It's gonna have to take the whole room together. You're gonna have to put the whole world in the ring to beat me. I'm the best.
Today, to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Manny Pacquiao absolutely detonated on Floyd Mayweather during a heated ESPN First Take interview with Stephen A. Smith that's sending shockwaves through the boxing universe. Both legends were supposedly there to discuss their September 19th rematch, but the atmosphere turned volcanic when Pacquiao confronted Mayweather about labeling their bout an exhibition rather than a legitimate professional fight. Witnesses described the tension as instantaneous, with both warriors seated face-to-face, while Stephen A. desperately tried to control what became one of boxing's most explosive confrontations ever captured on camera.
Before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I don't want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So.
Stephen A. Smith reportedly kicked things off by directly challenging Floyd about his recent Caesar's Palace comments, where he dismissed the fight as mere exhibition. Sources say Mayweather casually responded with a smirk, mentioning it was just entertainment for the fans without any real stakes. That's precisely when Pacquiao erupted, cutting Floyd off mid-sentence and transforming the entire dynamic. Eyewitnesses claim Manny's demeanor shifted from composed to furious instantly, declaring that Floyd had signed 3 separate contracts, accepted advance payments, and was now sitting there fabricating lies about their agreements.
Floyd said, I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract we signed is a real fight.
Mayweather's initial reaction was reportedly dismissive, trying to deflect with laughter while telling Pacquiao to stay calm since they'd both profit regardless. However, insiders reveal Manny wasn't accepting any of Floyd's deflection tactics. According to those present, Pacquiao dramatically produced a folder of documents and slammed them onto the desk, methodically listing the dates: October 24th, November 6th, December 14th, all featuring Floyd's signature on contracts explicitly stating professional fight terms. Sources say you could literally watch Floyd's confident expression completely evaporate as the evidence was presented.
When it comes to boxing and competing and being the best, I'm not here to talk about what you did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about what nobody else did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about your personal life. When we talk about, what's going on inside that square circle, I'm the best.
Stephen A. Smith jumped in seeking clarification about these mysterious contracts Manny was referencing. Insiders report Pacquiao explained that Mayweather had inked deals with MP Promotions, Netflix, and CSI Sports across 3 different dates, each specifically detailing a sanctioned professional bout at the Las Vegas Sphere. According to witnesses, Manny declared that every single contract specified professional boxing match terms, not exhibition language, and Floyd had already collected advance money from all 3 agreements while now attempting to alter the established terms. People watching say Mayweather appeared visibly shaken as Pacquiao methodically destroyed his position with documented proof.
We're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event, and people from all around the world is going to enjoy it.
Mayweather's defense apparently centered on the concept of entertainment value at their advanced ages. Sources claim Floyd argued that fans didn't want to witness 2 aging fighters attempting to destroy each other, suggesting the bout should prioritize entertainment over competition. But witnesses report Pacquiao immediately fired back with devastating intensity, telling Floyd to speak only for himself, since Manny had just completed 12 rounds against Mario Barrios for a world championship at 47 years old. According to those present, Pacquiao declared he wasn't old, wasn't scared, and accused Floyd of protecting his precious undefeated record out of pure fear.
There's a disagreement in terms of whether this is a real fight or an exhibition, but really that's really falling on the side of Mayweather, since apparently he already signed the contracts, the deal was already done, he took some advances apparently on the actual agreed upon terms of the contract.
Stephen A. Smith's energy reportedly exploded as he pressed Floyd directly about whether he had actually signed contracts specifying professional fight terms. Sources say Mayweather hesitated before claiming the contracts were open to interpretation and his legal team was reviewing them. Insiders report this triggered another Pacquiao explosion, with Manny sarcastically questioning whether Floyd's signature was also open to interpretation and declaring that accepting advance money without honoring contracts constituted outright theft.
You know, the price ranges from 8 figures all the way to 9 figures that I'm able to get for exhibitions. And so why would I go out there and risk, fighting a top fighter when I can get the same amount of money for 3 rounds with whoever?
The conversation then pivoted to Floyd's 50-0 record and its significance in this controversy. Witnesses claim Pacquiao accused Mayweather of desperately protecting his undefeated status by converting their fight to exhibition format so any potential loss wouldn't officially count. Sources say Manny declared that Floyd was terrified because he knew Pacquiao was superior, now compared to 2015, healthy instead of fighting with a torn shoulder, and Floyd understood he was in serious trouble. According to those watching, Mayweather's entire body language shifted defensively as he leaned back and crossed his arms.
Oh, you better than Floyd. You better than Floyd. You know why? That's good. That's motivation for the fighter. You can tell him that, but deep in his heart, he don't believe that.
Floyd apparently launched a counterattack focusing on Pacquiao's age and recent performances, specifically mentioning that Manny had fought to a draw against Barrios rather than winning decisively, but reports suggest Pacquiao was ready with a crushing response, pointing out that he was 46 fighting a 29-year-old world champion, while most observers believed he won, whereas Floyd at 49 was only fighting YouTubers and exhibition opponents. Sources claim the studio audience began audibly reacting to Manny's devastating comeback.
I wonder what Netflix thinks about this. Like Netflix, which is throwing its resources behind it, which is putting a bunch of money into it, which is arranging reportedly for the Sphere to be the venue of choice for this fight. I gotta believe that Netflix is expecting this to be a real fight.
Stephen A. Smith then addressed the financial implications by mentioning that Pacquiao's promoter Jasmine Thor had publicly stated Floyd was in breach of contract. This reportedly triggered Floyd's first real emotional outburst as he raised his voice, claiming he made the entire fight possible and without him there would be no money, no Netflix deal, and no Sphere venue. According to insiders, this caused Pacquiao to stand up from his chair, forcing Stephen A. to physically position himself between both fighters as tensions reached a boiling point.
He's undefeated, and then this is give me more encouragement, motivation to work hard, like what I did before in my previous fights.
Manny's response while standing was apparently the interview's most explosive moment. Witnesses claim Pacquiao pointed directly at Floyd and declared that Mayweather needed this fight more than anyone due to his money problems, lawsuits, and debt issues, explaining why Floyd had accepted advance payments out of desperation. According to sources, Manny stated he didn't need Floyd's money, but rather wanted to beat him and prove his superiority as security staff began moving closer to prevent any physical confrontation.
In the Bahamas, in Dubai, I'm traveling the world on my jet, making millions every month, not worried about nothing. And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist.
Mayweather stood up to match Pacquiao's energy, reportedly invoking his Money Mayweather persona while claiming he'd earned over $1 billion and didn't need anyone. But sources say Manny immediately referenced Floyd's recent lawsuit against Showtime, where he's seeking $340 million, questioning why someone so wealthy would sue for owed money or require advance payments on fights. According to witnesses, Floyd had no immediate response to this devastating logic that exposed his financial contradictions.
Said if he's scared of Manny and does not want to put the record on the line in a professional boxing match, not only should he have never executed these agreements, but he should have just come right out and said because Manny ain't.
Stephen A. Smith attempted to redirect by asking what happens if they can't resolve the contract dispute. Reports indicate Floyd offered to do the exhibition and split money evenly regardless of outcome, but insiders say Manny's response was absolutely definitive. No exhibition, professional fight, or nothing, refusing to participate in fake boxing and demanding Floyd either put his 50-0 record on the line like a real champion or cancel the fight and return all advance payments.
Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere.
Legal implications became the next explosive topic, as Stephen A. asked Manny directly about potentially suing Floyd for breach of contract. Sources suggest Pacquiao said his legal team was reviewing all options, but his preference was for Floyd to simply honor their signed agreements. According to insiders, Manny stated he preferred fighting Floyd professionally and beating him, but if Floyd refused to honor contracts he'd signed and taken money for, legal action was absolutely on the table.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, she did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
Floyd's response focused on protecting his legacy, with sources claiming he explained that at 49, his legacy was secure as a 50-0 5-division billionaire who didn't need to risk anything against anyone. Insiders report Floyd questioned why he'd risk his legacy against Manny when they could simply entertain people and both get paid. According to witnesses, Pacquiao's face showed complete disgust at this cowardly answer from someone claiming to be the greatest.
It's the experience is like not really 100%, but I'm hoping for this time around no more excuses, especially to my condition and also for everything. Like I'm so excited and ready to the fight.
Manny then reportedly brought up their 2015 fight and his shoulder injury, telling Floyd directly that he got lucky because Manny's shoulder was torn and he could barely lift his arm after the fight. Sources say Pacquiao declared that now he's healthy and Floyd wants exhibition status because he knows the real result will be different this time. According to insiders, Floyd completely dismissed this, claiming the shoulder excuse had been used for 11 years and nobody believed it anymore, which only intensified Manny's anger.
Would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want if Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight. Like there's a decision.
Stephen A. Smith asked about training camps and preparation, with sources claiming Floyd admitted he hadn't been training seriously because he thought this was just entertainment. But reports suggest Pacquiao revealed he'd been in full training camp with Freddie Roach for 6 weeks already, preparing for a legitimate professional fight. According to witnesses, Manny declared he was training like this was his career's biggest fight, while Floyd had been partying and doing exhibitions, which revealed everything about who was serious and who was scared.
Floyd is saying the fight is an exhibition, but according to the reports, Pacquiao and Netflix were under the impression that it was a real fight that would count. Like if Floyd won, he'd be 51-0.
The conversation shifted to Netflix and Sphere venue expectations, with insiders saying Stephen A. mentioned that Netflix announced this as a professional fight and the Sphere was marketing it as their venue's first professional boxing match. Sources claim Stephen A. asked Floyd directly how he planned to explain to Netflix that he wanted to change terms, with Floyd giving vague answers about his team being in discussions while everyone would be happy with final arrangements. According to viewers, Pacquiao shook his head in complete disbelief at Floyd's evasive response. Floyd then attacked Manny's political career, questioning his focus by suggesting Pacquiao was too busy with Philippines politics to train properly for a real fight. Sources claim Manny's response was immediate and cutting, pointing out that he'd lost elections and wasn't in politics anymore, making boxing his complete focus. According to witnesses, Pacquiao then flipped the attack by questioning Floyd's excuses for only fighting exhibitions against non-boxers because he was afraid of legitimate fighters, escalating the personal nature of their confrontation. Stephen A. Smith brought up Floyd's scheduled Mike Tyson exhibition, questioning how Floyd could do an exhibition with Tyson while claiming the Pacquiao fight was also an exhibition. Insiders report Floyd explained these were separate deals with different promoters, but Manny jumped in noting the Tyson fight was in May with their fight in September, giving Floyd 4 months between them. According to sources, Pacquiao declared Floyd was doing multiple exhibitions because he desperately needed money and should just admit it instead of lying about their contract. Betting odds and public perception became another debate point, as Stephen A. mentioned that markets initially favored Floyd but shifted toward Manny after the exhibition controversy began. Sources claim Floyd dismissed betting odds as irrelevant, but insiders say Manny used this to prove his point that even gamblers recognized Floyd's fear, with odds moving because everyone could see Floyd trying to protect his record by making the fight fake instead of real. Floyd attempted turning the tables by questioning Manny's true intentions, reportedly accusing Pacquiao of wanting professional status only for promotional purposes without really believing he could win. Reports suggest Floyd argued that if Manny was confident about winning, he wouldn't care about exhibition versus professional status, since either way he'd get to beat Floyd up. According to insiders, Manny's response completely destroyed this logic by stating he was confident about winning, which was exactly why he wanted professional status, so Floyd's loss would count on his record forever, while Floyd lacked confidence and wanted exhibition protection. Stephen A. Smith concluded by asking both fighters point-blank if the September 19th fight would actually happen. Sources claim Floyd gave vague answers about seeing what his team decided, but reports suggest Manny was crystal clear that the fight happens September 19th as a professional bout like they contracted, or it doesn't happen at all, and he pursues legal action for breach of contract and return of advance payments. According to witnesses, the interview ended with both fighters refusing to shake hands, Stephen A. standing between them, and the entire boxing world wondering if this explosive confrontation would lead to fight cancellation or Floyd finally honoring his contractual obligations.